Hello viewers, welcome back to Ohio Airgun Shooter. And for those of you who are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. And thank you so much for stopping by. On today's video, I'm going to follow up on a review that I did of the Walther Airsoft PPS M2. This is a 15 round 12 gram CO2 powered blowback 6mm airsoft replica. I have a Walther PPS, the first version, in 4.5mm, but this is in the airsoft version. We'll walk around to the box here. It is brought to us by Umarex. Nothing on the back. When it arrived, it came in this real tiny little box. Not this one, but it was inside a really small one, and I was like, wow, that's really small. And I opened it up, I was like, wow, that's an even smaller box. So probably by far one of the smallest boxes that I have for an air gun of any kind. I take that back. I think maybe the CZ75D came in a smaller one. Let's take a look. It's a little bigger. It's definitely thicker. Maybe the Bursa? Yeah, about the same. Bursa is even a little bit bigger. It's a SG model. A couple more compact air guns that I have. I'm a big fan of the compacts. I like them. They're fun to shoot, and you don't need a whole lot of range to have fun with them, especially if you're in the basement, especially during the winter time when it's cold out. You know, just you can come down here and shoot away. But yeah, well, I'm gonna load this up with some CO2 and some airsoft BBs, and we'll do some shooting today. I got 2 magazines, so I'm gonna try the 12 gram. These are Walther brand 12 gram airsoft BBs, and then I have these Game Face. These are 0.20 grams. I think I said gram on this, didn't I? Grams. All right, 0.20 gram, and then we'll go heavier at the maximum precision. These are also Game Face, and these are 0.25 gram. So we'll have a different variety of weights and see how well it shoots each of them, and we'll do some target testing. It does have hop up. I'm not going to adjust it. I'm just probably going to just do my own elevation adjustments, since it's only 6 yards, so we shouldn't have a problem. But we'll get it charged up with some CO2 and load it up with some BBs, and then we'll run it over the chronograph, get some velocity numbers, and then we'll do some short range target testing, maybe a little plinking, and see what it does with some cans. So I'll be right back. I'm back. So the first thing we're going to do, eject the magazine, make sure it's definitely unloaded. There's no CO2. To access the CO2 compartment, you just push up on the back of the grip here, spring loaded, and just pull it out. And on the end of this, you have your tightening Allen key, which is a very nice design. A little bottle of silicone spray fell down. I'm going to be using this silicone spray today that I got. What I'm going to do is just spray a little bit inside here around the seal. Can't really see, lighting's bad. I think I got some in there. There we go. So it should be good. Put a little bit around the threads here. probably not a whole lot. I usually have Crossman Pel gun oil, but a lot of times with the Airsoft, I'll just use a silicone oil. Should be good. This does have a crossbolt safety on the trigger. It's the only safety on it. So now on this, there's the hop-up adjustment is right here on top. Now there's this warning label, which I can't seem to get off. It's stuck on there really well, so I'll have to just leave it on, or when I peel it, as I started to peel it, and it was leaving some white residue behind, so I might have to use some Goo Gone or something on it, or maybe just heat it up with a hot wash rag or something, just kind of set it over it, and maybe it'll peel off. But I might just leave it on. I mean, it doesn't really affect your, I mean, a little bit like this, but you really can't see it. But it just kind of, it's tacky. I'll have to get rid of that somehow. But any suggestions on the best way to do that? I mean, this is the first gun that I've really had that it's been, you figured it would just peel off easily, but maybe they want to keep that on there. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, enough rambling. Let's install a CO2 cartridge. We'll be using Umarex brand full gram CO2 cartridges. I'm not going to spray the tip since I already put some silicone oil in there already, so it should be good. So just, you got to make sure this is out far enough before you do that. Right in she goes. See if she holds there. This is the first time piercing a CO2 cartridge in it. Sealed. Good. All right. Don't have to over tighten. And to reinstall this, you just line it up. There's a little notch right there. It goes right in. Voila, and it's in there. Very nice design. And again, these come with the stick magazines, which I got no problem with. You hear the spraying's a little noisy, a little, I don't know, just kind of a little sticky in there. So maybe I'll spray a little bit silicone spray. There we go. I don't know if I got any in there. There we go. I just run it up and down a couple times. I got two, so we'll just do it to the other one as well. Yeah, it gets very stiff spraying. You can hear it. So let's put a little bit more in there on this one. There we go. That's better. Nice. Perfect. All right. Just set that aside for now. All right. On here, we're gonna see what the claim velocities are. I believe it's 300 feet per second. Lighting's bad. 300 feet per second with 0.20 grams. And then actually on the box it has a couple. Focus, you can kind of see it. The 300 feet per second with 0.20, and then down here, get some light, maybe it'll help. There we go. With 0.12 gram, it says 384 feet per second. So we'll see how close we can get to that today. We'll be indoors. It's 70 degrees Fahrenheit, so we should get some pretty good numbers. So let me get set up with the chronograph, and let's get some velocity numbers. Well, before we set up, let's load the magazines. Almost forgot. So on these, you just pull the follower down. There's a nice little notch here, and it locks back into place. Now on these, you have to load from the front or the top down. It's a very touchy little button there. I don't know if you can leave these down and then load it. And I think I don't know if it pops into place. Let me see. Yeah, that releases the follower. So you don't have to release it right away. We'll load up some 0.12 first in one, and then we'll do some 0.2 in the other. So I'll just show one. But follower's down. Yeah, you barely touch it with your finger or thumb, and it'll pop back up on you. So we'll load up 1, 2. Yeah, just drop it in here. Hold your finger over the front hole and then drop it in. We got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Just load it all the way to the top. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and release that now. That way one doesn't fall out. That was one just fell and got hung up in the bottom here. Actually, it makes a nice little BB scoop. You can pick out some BBs out of there and just doop, doop, doop. Not bad. That's pretty cool. It's the nice thing about stick magazines. They don't bother me too much. I mean, it's just, the only thing is you got the integrated CO2 compartment, which any problems or leaks, you gotta, replace the whole gun or, attempt to fix it yourself. But with the dropout magazines, any leaks, you just need to either rebuild the magazine or just buy a new one. But let me load up some of these 0.20 gram too. I mean, if you guys want to skip ahead, go ahead. Some of those out. Same thing. Bring the follower down. Lock it into place. Just load them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of the reasons I got into airsoft was I was always a BB gun shooter, but I wanted something a little bit bigger, punch bigger holes. Plus these are a lot easier to get a hold of. So, and just a lot of nice replicas in the airsoft world, some which you can't get in the BB gun world. So definitely got an airsoft for that reason. All right, that's 15. Release the follower. There we go. So 15.12 gram and 15.20 gram, and then we'll do some of the 0.25 gram. So probably should buy another magazine. That way I got 3. Oops. Put those away. So now we'll go get set up with the chronograph and we'll run some numbers. Okay, we're back. We got the Walther PPS. I was able to get that sticker off just as I was pulling it up. I think it was just the glue that I saw. So as I kind of just went slower and slower, it came up nicely. So that's good. So it looks a lot better. I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to remove that without a mess, but it's good. Anyhow, we're going to be shooting over this chronograph. You've seen it before in my videos. It's a lower cost Amazon bought chronograph. You turn on the on switch, make sure you hit this. When FPS pops up, it'll blink, turn blue, and it locks into FPS. If you don't do that, you'll shoot in meters per second. So I haven't had any problems with this. Again, it's powered by just 4 AA batteries, and it works perfectly for what I need it for. So if you're in the market for a lower cost, I definitely can recommend this. I'll just be shooting into this cardboard box. It's got some plastic shopping bags, which I've mentioned before. They make pretty good backstop, especially for airsoft. But also has this, I have this little mesh behind it, so these should punch through pretty good. It's a pretty thin box, so at this close range, it should. And then we'll stretch this out to about 6.5 yards for target testing. So let's get a good view of the chronograph here for you. Should be able to see that number pretty good. I'll do some shots over the chronograph, and then I'll give you a little view of the blowback action over, while I'm, just, I don't know if I'll load another magazine and do it, or just I'll do like maybe do half velocity and then I'll do half with the blowback action, or but we'll see. I am going to keep the same 12 gram CO2 cartridge in during the velocity testing. That will give us 45 shots. This is just airsoft, so I'm assuming it's going to have pretty good CO2 efficiency since the BBs are light. So we'll see. I haven't fired this thing at all yet, so what you see is going to be the very first. Furnace is on. It's currently 70 degrees Fahrenheit, so we should get some pretty good numbers. First, the .12 gram Walther brand 6mm airsoft BBs. Safety off, ready to shoot. Very first number, fresh CO2 Pierce, so this should be a pretty hot little number. 422. So we've already exceeded the stated velocity for .12 gram CO2, 0.12 gram BBs, which was at 384. So we've already exceeded that. Shot 2. 418. Shot 3. 402. It's got a very nice blowback, very snappy. 389. We're dropping a bit. Should level off here, I would assume. 386. So we seem to be leveling off. 382. Trying to pause a few seconds in between just to 383. So we seem to have leveled off into 380s, which is good. So we're right there where the stated velocity was for .12 gram BBs. 384. 381. Here, now we'll get some blowback action here. Maybe I can get both with the numbers. So make sure I just don't hit it. I'm trying to stay back as far as I can so I don't get vapor. So there we go. You can see a little bit of both. Try this left-handed. 386. 378. That's the lowest so far. Another 378. Wow, 3 in a row. Definitely found the sweet spot. Very good. It does lock back after the last shot, 375. So we seem to started off high and then dropped off and leveled off. There's that, kind of like with PCP air guns. You know, you start high and then it'll level off into that sweet spot before it starts to drop off. But with the CO2, you have cooldown. You don't have that with the PCPs. So. Alright, same magazine. I'm going to give it about a 5 to 10 minute warm up That way we can get, we just maybe try to start off high and then work, see if it will drop again. But I'll be back. Okay, back again with the Walther PPS. Had about a 5-minute warm-up. Now, during that time, I just loaded up some of the 0.25 gram. That way we can go right to them after I shoot the 0.20 grams. But I have 15 rounds. Safety off. Same CO2 cartridge, so this is shot number 16 on the same CO2, but these are 0.20 gram BBs. Stated velocity was 300 feet per second. .322, so we've already exceeded that on the first shot. Shot number 16. Still above the 300. The trigger on this isn't bad at all. You have that first little stage, and you can feel where it's just about to break. So it's very predictable. So we're staying above the 300 mark. That was claimed. Again, it has a really nice snappy blowback. 303, dropping a bit, but we're still above the 300. 302. 298. So we just dropped below that. A lot of that could be due to CO2 cooldown. 298. 296. Still pretty good numbers for a little compact pistol. 295. 293. 292. We got one more shot, I think. 293. And we got lockback. So, pretty good numbers. So that's 30 shots. I'm gonna get about another 5-10 minute warm up here. That way we can start with the 0.25 gram BBs. All right, a little bit of a pause to let it warm back up. Again, same 12 gram CO2 cartridge. This will be shot number 31. These are the 0.25 gram BBs, maximum precision. I believe they're from Game Face. I believe that's also Umarex. So load it up. We'll get some more numbers. .283. 283. Again, I'm just waiting a couple seconds in between each shot just to allow it a chance to warm back up just a smidge. dropping a bit, but still pretty average, 270s. Starting to drop just a little bit. Went back up just a hair. I think one more shot, I think. That was it. 250. Last shot. That was the only one that dropped below 260. So not bad. 45 shots in the upper 260s. So 270s. So not bad. That was the 0.25 gram BBs. I'm going to change out the CO2. So we have a fresh one for the target testing, and I'll do the accuracy with all 3 BBs again. So let me get set up for that, and I'll be back. Okay, we are back for some target testing. What I'm going to be using are just these are the Peel targets. I just save the sheets because, you can reuse them for targets. Just put one of those on them in the middle, and you got yourself a target. But I got 3 different sizes. I'm going to start with a big one. And then just got myself a little clip here, taped onto a box with some Gorilla tape. I don't know, some of the BBs might bounce back if I hit up here. There's some pretty good tape there, so. But anything below that should punch through the cardboard. As you can see, and my target is, I'll be shooting from back here, so it's about 6 yards. I got the table moved up just a little bit, but from about here I can usually get about 6.5 yards if I sit further back, but that's adequate for these little compact pistols. So I mean, if you're a firearms owner and you're looking for, say you own a PPS, and if you're looking for something you can practice indoors at low cost without having to wear earplugs in the comfort of your own home, and you got a basement or 6 to 10 yards or more, some people have garages, during the cold weather or even during warm weather, you can be inside shooting, practicing, and for very little money. So I mean, that's pretty convenient. So, but we'll get set up. We're going to shoot the .12 gram first. I've changed out the CO2 cartridge, so there's a fresh CO2. Let me get a little closer view here. That way we can see the holes punch. There, my furnace just kicked on, so if you're having a hard time hearing me, that's why. But let's get to shooting. .12 gram 6mm BBs. These are the Walther brand. 15 shots. 15 shots, empty, safety on. I was aiming right about here. I mean, pretty opened up, but it's all on paper. I mean, you have some grouping. I mean, a lot of that could be me. So, and again, that's 6 yards. You could probably tighten that up. I mean, it's short barrel. Hop up hasn't been messed with at all. So, I had a couple in the bullseye. Knocked the tag off. So, not bad. Let's change targets and we'll go to the .20 gram BBs. Hopefully I'll be able to stay on paper, being a smaller target. .2 gram BBs. Much tighter group. A few flyers, trying to find out where I'm shooting at. I did probably. I heard a couple of them bounce back, but not bad. Again, hit the bullseye. So, pretty good with the .2 grams. Again, 6 yards. Now we'll try the .25 gram BBs. I gotta go load those up, so I'll be back in a couple minutes. Alright, I'll load it up again. Just so you know, my aim point has been right here. So, I mean, I forget how this one, I think it was like this. This was the first one. I was aiming right about here. This was like this. I think it was like this. So, yeah, right about there. Alright, on to the .25 gram BBs. Same CO2 cartridge, by the way. So this is shot number 31. Those opened up a bit, but definitely lower with the heavier weight. Again, I was aiming right here, but not a bad group. Could have probably raised up again. I haven't adjusted the hop up, but that's 45 shots. Tell you what we'll do. Let's try a couple beer cans. See if anything will pierce through. Probably not, because 45 shots, CO2 is probably dropping. But we can try. We'll do one. Put it right in the middle. see what we can do. All right, I loaded up another 15. We'll take a couple shots at the can. If it isn't going through, I mean, at least it will knock it over. But if they start just bouncing everywhere, I'll just move up to the target and try to hit the bullseye. Again, the CO2 is dropping, so it may drop, but I'm going to aim here, and hopefully we'll hit the bullseye with the 20 gram again. So I load up the 20 grams just into the middle, the high, a little bit more energy than the .12, but a higher velocity than the .25, so right in the middle. So hopefully we can pierce the can with these. It's just an aluminum bear can. Sound like it pierced. Yeah, we got one to pierce. Let's go to the target. We got penetration. Let's try it again. That one ricocheted. Yeah, we just had a little fun there, but yeah, they're starting to bounce around a little bit too much. There we go. And I'll get them later. It's the nice thing about doing this in your basement. Easy cleanup. So, yeah, when I went to the target, I was aiming up here, so I was right on the bullseye again. Again, that's with the .20 gram BB, so they seem to be the most accurate. So, not bad for a little compact, air pistol. Sure what the barrel length is, probably, 3 inches? Alrighty, let's wrap this up, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Alright, everybody, there you have it. A little accuracy and velocity testing of the Walther PPS M2 Airsoft version, CO2 powered. Sorry about the bear can. I forgot to lower my phone so you can see the impacts, but you could hear the one actually penetrated. So I apologize for that. I'm not an expert cameraman, so I'm still learning as I go. But I don't know. I mean, performance-wise, I thought it did well. The stated velocity numbers were definitely achieved and maintained. Actually, they exceeded the stated numbers. So, I'm impressed with that. A lot of companies will over-exaggerate the speed, just to sell their products. But, I mean, this was spot on. So, kudos to Umarex. So, definitely worth a smile from me. Definitely a fun gun. So, that's it. Yeah, that was some .12 gram, .2 gram, .20 gram, and then .25 gram BBs. These were pretty. The .25 gram, that was a pretty good tight group. A little lower, you could adjust the hop up, but I think I'll just leave it where it is and just kind of aim up or down, myself. So, but these seem to be more centered, from where I was, my point of aim was. So definitely these were a little probably too light. They were kind of flew everywhere. These were a really good tight group, but just shot low due to the heavy weight. But yeah, I'm impressed. I mean, if you're in the market for one, definitely get one. I would definitely suggest buying an extra magazine. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to order a third one. I mean, we get a good 45 shots, 60 shots with this. It's very efficient in CO2 gas. being, with the lighter projectiles. So, hey, you might want to take a look at it if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.